In today's video, I'm gonna talk about the Spot, the villain who went from a laughingstock to a downright terrifying threat and across the Spider-Verse. Before his big reveal, the Spot went by the name Jonathan Ahn and worked as a scientist at Alchemax. He was part of the team working on the Super Collider project alongside Kingpin and under the supervision of Olivia Octavius. His main gig was conducting experiments with the Super Collider. One time, while messing around with a spider, things got weird. An alternate version from Earth-42 showed up, replacing the spider. This strange spider then went on to bite Miles Morales, giving him his superhero abilities. Later on, during Miles and Peter's daring escape from Alchemax, Spot had a memorable run-in with a bagel to the head. Jonathan was just minding his business in the Collider room when all chaos broke loose. The Spider-Men wrecked the place, and poor Jonathan was stuck holding a container of dark matter. When Miles triggered the explosion that blew up the Collider, that dark matter went wild. It fused with Jonathan, turning his skin ghostly white, his face vanished, and strange dark portals started popping up all over his body. It was a freaky transformation. But instead of sympathy, all he got was rejection and scorn from his colleagues and family. To make matters worse, the company he worked for went belly up. Feeling like he had nothing to lose, Jonathan embraced his new look and powers. He turned to a life of crime, calling himself the Spot, and started pulling off heists to make some quick cash. In Across the Spider-Verse, Spot kicks off his villainous antics by trying to rob an ATM at a local corner store. But things don't go as planned when the cashier steps up to defend the place. Spot, though, manages to overpower the cashier. Just when he thinks he's in the clear, Miles shows up, ready to put a stop to his shenanigans. Spot declares himself as Miles' nemesis, but Miles isn't having any of it. He brushes off Spot's grandiose claims and labels him as just another villain of the week. This rejection sends Spot into a rage. He lashes out at Miles and even tries to attack Miles' dad Jefferson. Spot's anger triggers his powers, and suddenly, he's surrounded by swirling black holes. In a fit of clumsiness, Spot accidentally kicks himself into one of these holes, and before he knows it, he's whisked away to a strange place called the Spot Dimension. As Spot navigates this bizarre new dimension, he discovers that he's shed all those pesky holes covering his body. But there's a catch. He's now able to hop between alternate universes. With this newfound ability, Spot sees a chance to wreak havoc on Spider-Man and seeks revenge with his newfound powers. After scavenging materials and retreating to his humble workshop apartment, Spot gets to work crafting a tiny super collider. He attaches more of those mysterious holes to his body, gearing up for another interdimensional adventure. With a flick of a switch, he transports himself to a whole new universe. In this strange new world, Spot finds himself feeling stronger and more powerful than ever. He starts collecting dark matter from other universes' super colliders, feeding off their energy to boost his own abilities. Eventually, he lands in Moonbatten, a wild mashup of Mumbai and Manhattan on Earth 50,101. But Spot's not alone for long. Miles, Spider-Gwen, Spider-Man India, and Spider-Punk catch wind of his mischief and hot on his trail. The chase is on, weaving through the bustling streets of Moonbatten. Spot races toward the Alchemax Super Collider, determined to activate it despite the Spider-Man's valiant efforts to stop him. Fueled by the eerie energy of the Super Collider, Spot deliberately or accidentally thrusts Miles into a chilling vision of their universe's imminent destruction. As Spot becomes increasingly unhinged and perilous, he vows to strip away everything Miles holds dear, just as Miles had seemingly done to him. With a menacing smirk, Spot vanishes into thin air, triggering a chaotic collapse of the area and forcing the other Spider-Men to flee for safety. Later on, it's revealed that Spot's sinister scheme includes orchestrating the demise of Miles' father, Jefferson Davis, a tragic event that's destined to unfold in Miles' world. This revelation prompts Miles to leap back to his own universe, determined to thwart Spot and save his dad. But things take an unexpected turn when Miles finds himself stranded on Earth-42, face to face with a chilling version of himself and his uncle. Meanwhile, Spot triumphantly returns to his and Miles' universe, ready to pick up where he left off with his nefarious plans. Now let's talk about his personality. Initially, he comes off as a bit of a goofball, a comedic and bumbling thief. Despite his criminal antics, he's surprisingly friendly and tries to steer clear of harming innocent bystanders whenever possible. But beneath that light-hearted facade lies a hefty sense of entitlement. Spot firmly believes that he's the one who gifted Miles his superpowers, and he expects to be treated like a big deal because of it. He's even gone as far as declaring himself Miles' arch-nemesis, although Miles himself doesn't quite see it that way. What's interesting is that Spot harbors a deep-seated grudge against Spider-Man, blaming the web-slinger for his own mutation. However, the truth is, Spot's transformation was a result of his own actions, coupled with Kingpin's meddling with the Collider project. Spot's animosity doesn't stop at Spider-Man though. He extends his bitterness to other spider-powered individuals who dare to stand in his way. Despite his checkered past, Spot often comes across as friendly and approachable, even engaging in casual banter with the other Spider-Men during their clashes. He's not all bad either. He's shown moments of mercy, like when he decided to teleport scientists out of harm's way instead of leaving them to face certain doom inside the particle collider. But as events unfold, a darker side of Spot emerges. His once-hidden desire for power and recognition begins to surface, driving him to seek out even greater strength to solidify his status as a true menace. At the heart of Spot's vendetta lies a deep-seated envy towards Miles Morales. He blames Miles for his own transformation into a mutant and harbors a burning desire to exact revenge by any means necessary, even going as far as plotting Miles' demise. This seething hatred reaches its peak when Spot fully taps into the Collider's power in Earth 50101, proudly proclaiming to Miles that he intends to strip away everything Miles holds dear, just as he believes Miles stripped everything away from him.
I'm gonna take everything from you, like I took everything from you. What? See you back home.